what's up, fam? Welcome back to this episode of 49 Faithfully. I'm your host, Mariah Lee. Today, special guest. You guys know him as John V. What's up, JV? How you doing?
What's up, fam? Good to be here. Good to be
Thank you for
here.
joining me at last minute's notice.
Hey,
I
no
love
sweat.
how
I
and
love it.
whenever I'll sit here and talk. I sit here and talk behind the scenes, and my internet's fine. As soon as I go live, it drops down to one little thing on there. I love how that works. What's up to the chat? 49ers throwback. Tanya calling us out for being late. Sin, I appreciate you hanging. Hope you guys are doing great. Hanging with the homies. What was that from? What was
Hanging with
that
the
from?
homies.
Yeah, wasn't that from like some movie, right? Totally Blonde or Clueless or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely not a
And
flick
like
I
they did like
caught.
rolling with the homies, like some weird shit to it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What's up,
so
fam?
I just wanted to
It's
bring you guys a
winter
little
here.
extra episode since, yeah, you look like you're dressed ready to go to a battle, man.
Dude, it is, dude. The wind is blowing so much snow. Like it's coming down. Like we're like you saw Buffalo, right? Like we're not that crazy, but like we're in for a winter storm this weekend and it is coming down. So I'm just
Wow,
bundled up, furnace is up, chilling.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. Man,
You're
Buffalo is
lucky.
crazy. I've been like looking at people's, pictures that they're posting on Twitter. Like I go search for like the Buffalo storm, whatever. Man, there's some
Yeah.
crazy pictures and videos out there. Like that, I
Did you
couldn't
see the
imagine living in there.
did you see the picture of they had Nick Chubb's height and then they showed what he would look like in the snow and
I
you could
saw
just
one
see the
with
top
Devin
of the Browns.
Singletary. Yeah,
Yeah, they did Singletary too. But in Cleveland, they got this dude. You could just see a little bit of the orange helmet, like he'd be buried. It's crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it is crazy. I can't like, man. I give you guys props for being able to hang through all that shit because this
Oh,
Vegas girl don't know nothing about that. I can go to the mountains and enjoy the snow and then drive 20 minutes back home to where it's nice.
yeah. Here it's
Too
60
crazy.
degrees, and tomorrow there's 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, yeah, screw that. What's up, Raphael? 5629er says like and subscribe, everyone. Listen to the man. Damn it. So I hope everybody's doing well. Um, Obviously, TL's not here with me. He decided to schedule for us to schedule an extra weekend show, and I'm going to tell on him to everybody, so I hope he feels bad. He decided, oh, tell everybody let's do an extra show. So I put it out there that we're doing an extra show, and then he tells me today, oh, sorry, I got to cancel because I have to go to a party. Oh, okay. And I'm like, well, I'm me, the good one out of the two of us. I'm not going to cancel on my people, so here I am. And now we have another good co-host that's filling in if he cancels on the people.
I'm good. Dude,
Um,
put me up for substitute TL. I'm good. I'm good.
Substitute TL. Perfect. So it's been a while since, like we've actually got to sit down and talk 49ers without it being an instant reaction craziness show.
Uh-huh.
So I really haven't got to talk to you about the whole thing since us, obtaining CMC and us trading away Jeff Wilson and then us obviously getting Elijah back. We saw, what the two possibly of them in the backfield together can look like. What's your feelings on the whole way that our running back room's shaping up now, the addition of CMC? How do you feel about us getting rid of Jeff Wilson Jr., so quick? Like, I know they say he asked for a trade or whatever, but I mean, so did Debo, right? So, like, so
Well,
what if the person asked for a trade, right? And they still traded him. Like me, you guys know I predicted him not even to be on the team at the beginning of the season. So I mean, I don't not losing any sleep over it. I just think it's kind of funny that they threw it out there. Well, he asked for a trade. It's like, oh, okay, that makes you sleep better at night. So how do you feel about the whole running back room? Hey, Tony.
not for nothing. I like Jeffrey Wilson. I thought he was aside from the drops, which, if you listen to a lot of people, like, you would have thought that he was fumbling, like a lot. I mean, with the occasional fumble, like I thought that Jeffrey was pretty good. I think he put the team on his back for the first few weeks of football, and he did pretty good. I thought he did great. You know what I mean? Like he really did great. But what do you expect him to do, right? I mean, you bring in Christian McCaffrey. I mean, what was he going to do? Fall back to RB3?
Right.
Like, well, I mean, it was best for him. It's best for his money. It's best for his family. So I support it, and I'm going to miss him only because we have Elijah who did come back and made an immediate impact. An immediate impact, right? Like he didn't have a game where we were like, oh, it was his first game back, and he was like so. Like, he was immediately getting like 4.7 yards. I could be wrong. It was like 4.9. Maybe it was like almost 5 yards a carry, right? So like that was an immediate impact, and I was stoked. I was so happy to see him back. But I still am a little bit concerned about where we are with TDP and Jordan Mason. I hear good things. We've all heard good things, but we're not seeing good things. Like I'm not seeing anything. Like can we get some of these guys out here? I forget what show I was listening to. I don't know if it was Haberman Middlecoff, or it was a show that I was listening to, and they were talking about how like, we always hear good things about TDP and we always hear good things about Jordan Mason, and we're constantly working on our starters. We know what our starters can do. Like start working with these guys, start putting the rookies to work, and start working them in, install them into the installs, and get them going. You know what I mean? Like mold them, make them better. Don't just tell us that they're good, but keep them, buried in the back burner. You know what I mean? So I feel like these guys should start getting some work and get their asses out there. I want to see them. You're good with Jeffrey Wilson dropping the ball. So what do you got to lose? Get these guys in. Exactly. You know what I mean? If Jeffrey had fumbling issues, TDP and Jordan Mason should get reps. Just put them in. Let them do a series. I'm tired of. I want to see us constantly rotate. You know what I mean? Keep guys fresh. I see this 1-2 punch that they're talking about with Elijah and CMC. And that's fantastic, but there's no reason for anybody in this running back room to get banged up if we have such talent. You know what I mean? So I'm to answer your question, I'm good with it. I'm good with him going to Miami. But in regards to Miami, like what they did with our compensation and how they got Waddle and Hill, they brought in Chubb, and they have Mostert. They have basically, with compensation and some trades with San Francisco, they bulked up everywhere. So, outside of that, I'm okay with Jeffrey going to Miami. But I'd be lying to you if I told you that it felt a little awkward. You couldn't use Mitchell, CMC, and Jeffrey and rotate them, to where neither of the three are RB1, but just, a stable of backs and just, by committee, so to speak. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not mad. I'm not losing sleep.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a thing maybe, because Elijah Mitchell obviously was ended up being the number one running back last season, and then you trade for a guy like CMC with the price tag that he has and his body of work. He's always been the guy as well, So it's not like you trade for a guy like CMC to be the number 2 guy, which then obviously moves, Mitchell down. It's like, so there's no choice, obviously. And like I said, he asked for a trade, and this is a contract year for him, So like you said, if it's what's best for him, for his family, that is what's best, because he went over there and immediately passed over Raheem Mostert and became the number 1 guy in Miami. So, good for him. He has great weather. He's with a place that he's familiar. He knows the coaches. He knows half the team came from the 49ers as it is. So, he's familiar with everything, the scheme, everything, So, I think that's a perfect, obviously it would have been more, better if he could stay here as the number 2 guy, right? But it is what it is. So the next best thing, I think that was it, was him ending up in Miami.
You don't think you're going to miss him a little bit? Like just for that backup if we get banged up. You know what I mean? Like
probably I'll miss him if, CMC gets hurt, if Elijah Mitchell gets hurt, knock on wood, because like you said, we've heard great things of the guys behind him. And that was huge on TDP, and I still think he can be a great running back. And obviously, we've heard gleaming things about Mason, seeing what he could do in the preseason. But it's like, we don't see them get any work right now. So most of the time TDP's not even active. Right. It's like, so he's not even getting burned on special teams. It's like, and if one of our head guys goes down, what, you're just going to throw one of them in the mix, and now they're supposed to be the guy after not having done it at all?
Yeah, because they released Coleman, right?
Yeah, like then we're screwed.
Right. So it's Mitchell, CMC, TDP, Jordan Mason. Am I missing anyone?
And what's his face on the practice squad?
What? Who? What's
Kevin Coleman.
Oh yeah. So they did move him they didn't release him, but they did move him to practice squad.
I think, as far as I know.
Doesn't matter. It is what it is. I still want to see these guys get reps. I want to see them get reps, Mariah. I've been saying it. You've been saying it. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Twitter is full of it. Like, we just want to see these guys. Give them some work.
Like there was plenty of opportunity. 3 carries.
Exactly.
2 or 3 carries each. 1 carry.
It is. It's crazy.
Hey, Sis, AJDLR, David McNew, 40 Years Media. What up, everybody? Miss Deb, the queen. She's in the building. Blessings to you, sis. Hope you guys are all doing well. I appreciate you guys joining us.
Hi, Miss Debbie.
Let me show off something. Look what we have now. We have a new giveaway cam.
Guys, look at this. Look at
fancy
this.
Here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So
I'm trying to figure out how to learn how to
share. Let's start off with the giveaway.
You've got all this technology. I can't even figure out how to share the screen yet.
I'm a nerd in my former life, so like when I actually had a real job, I was a nerd for a living, so that's just continues on to here. So
that's awesome.
Let's do a giveaway. I just got these. It's so hard to find Juwan Jennings cards, and I finally got some. So let's do a Juwan Jennings giveaway. Enter your numbers.
Can I ask you a question before we do this?
Mm-hmm.
I got a question to ask you. Okay. Now I know that everyone else is wondering this, so I'm just going to ask: where in all of God's green earth do you find cards? Because it's like they're like relics in Ohio. It's crazy what they ask for cards here, and to go buy cards individually, they're taxed at like stupid prices. And like, I'm not going to be able to walk into a store and be like, "Hey, there's a Juwan Jennings card." How are you doing this? Who do you know, bro? I need to put the secret out, bro. I need to know.
Online. Pretty much everything, like, because the same, obviously most stuff now that you can find here in Vegas is all Raider shit, so before the Raiders moved here, you could find, more often than now, 49ers stuff, 49ers players stuff. Even Jerry Rice would come and do signings, autograph, things here at the mall. But now obviously that the Raiders are here, that's kind of switch things up. So, but yeah, okay. I just have to hunt online, look different places. I have to get in auctions with people that know more about the shit than I do and just hope and pray.
You probably beat me out on 4 cards. I'm on eBay. I'm always trying to win cards and I lose these auctions all the time and I'm salty. It's probably you.
Yeah.
Probably you.
You don't even know how many bids I've lost. There's people, they'll wait till the last freaking 5 seconds and put a bid in to beat you out, Like that's people just sit around. That's their life to do that shit. So it's crazy.
It is too. I'll keep an eye on the chat.
So make sure there's no double. Juwan Jennings card. All right. You be the chat patrol. And then the Diamador Lenore card is still hanging on. So if somebody guesses exactly right, you get that as well. And then once somebody does take that Diamador Lenore card, we're going to do a Danny Gray autograph card next. So give the rookie some love. Get it before it's hot.
That is
Good
a
luck,
fire
everybody.
card.
So I saw somebody say in the chat, about no injuries. It's amazing that we've made it through 2 games now with nobody getting hurt. The most wonderful thing I think that's happened to us this season. Hopefully we can just keep on, trucking through, make it through 3 games. The final injury report for us, at least, came out. We still don't know, obviously, who's the starting quarterback for the Cardinals. Their backup has been taken off the injury report, so he's good. Now it's just a matter of not whether Kyler, is good to go or not. Kyler and Hopkins are both questionable with hamstring injuries. And then with us, they did rule Eric Armstead out, and Sosa is questionable. So I think, this is probably the healthiest that we've been. And obviously, Javon Kinlaw, he didn't even travel with the team. He's out. So on that front, we're good. The only thing that worries me is the last time we faced a banged up Cardinals team with a backup quarterback and back up every position on the team, we still found a way to lose to them. So sorry, Miss Debbie. Trust me, if I had that powerful a word, this team would be winning all the time because I'm always cursing them to win and they don't.
I'm gonna be knocking on wood. Sage. Yeah. I'll be burning sage.
Sage.
I'm gonna be like,
sage
I'm gonna. I am. It's gonna be in my pockets. Like it's gonna be in my pockets. Like I just want to put this out there in the universe that like I want my Niners to be as safe as possible. I see media said Monday is turf. God, I know that the players are speaking out right now, and
I thought that there was like an actual grass rollout, though. I didn't think it was actual turf. I could be wrong, but I thought I read that.
That is Estadio Azteca. That is a soccer stadium, is it not?
That's why I think they have real grass.
So, like, they have sod or like real grass, whatever it is. Like that is like that's what soccer players don't play on turf. You know what I mean? Like they never have. I played on turf as an athlete, and I got to tell you, it was playing soccer on turf is like playing basketball. The ball bounces on the turf. It's so unnatural. It's insane. I mean, I promise you, like when we practice at our local parks, the ground is beautiful. It's soft. The ball doesn't bounce. Then we play our games on turf away at some of these big schools, and my God, it was awful. It was tough, guys. It was so tough. I can't imagine what these guys how they hit the ground, how their bodies absorb those hits. Mariah, I'm telling you, fam, it's so hard. It's not cool. It's not cool.
Yeah, hopefully now, like you said, a lot more players are speaking out, and it seems, it hasn't stopped since this, whole thing started, last week or a couple of weeks ago, that it's really come to the forefront. And now, like the coaches are talking about the players, who knows? Like, man, but just hurry up and get it done. Like, don't make it take this long, however long it'll take, like.
Right. I feel like if they spoke earlier, we may have seen a change by now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if like the data that the NFLPA, if they just started to pay attention to the data and they're like, look, like, before we didn't really pay much attention to it, but now this is like legit shit. Like this is, they're accounting for the majority of injuries is on this surface. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Miss Debbie also said she had asked on Twitter and was told it was grass on Monday. I'm pretty sure it's grass. But yeah, so what are your overall feelings, about this game, going into this game? How are you feeling? And give me your score prediction because you weren't here this week's show, so I didn't get that from you either. And anybody
Okay,
else
so
that
first,
didn't give me your score predictions, you can go ahead and do so.
I'm kind of terrified to give a score prediction. I swear to you, like my score predictions and Breezy's attendance to games have not equated in our favor.
Oh, boy.
So I am so afraid of literally giving you a score prediction. Like I'm terrified. Like I promise you, ever since I stopped putting my score predictions out there on various channels, we have done well. So family, I am not giving you my score
All right.
prediction. Like I
Good.
refuse to do it. But I'll tell you how I feel. We sit top of the division right now, right? We are 3-0. And we need this. Shanahan is 3-7 versus the Cardinals. And the Niners are 11-14 most recent. And I don't even know what the historical number is. I just know that recently it's like 11-14. Make no mistake, San Francisco needs this victory. Not only because we need to prove that Cliff Kingsbury sucks, and he sucks badly, but I believe that Vance Joseph is legit the reason why the Cardinals have defeated us in the past. It's just Vance Joseph. The guy is an offensive coordinator. He's a great coordinator. He's great. That being said, I don't believe in Cliff Kingsbury. I never have, and I absolutely refuse to. And if we win this game, Mariah, we will be the winningest. Is that a word? We will be the winningest team on Monday Night Football. Do you know currently we're tied with the Steelers on Monday Night Football? Historically.
Wow. No, I didn't know that.
If we win in Mexico, we will actually have the most wins on Monday night. I thought that was a pretty dope stat. I love some
awesome.
stats. And 9 times out of 10, I'm right. And sometimes I'm wrong. But this one, I'm pretty sure I heard it right. San Francisco will have won the most Monday night games. So that's pretty dope. Memphis, what's up, family? Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, what's up, Memphis? Christy, Tommy Huxley.
Christy, what's up, fam?
Tommy's always just popping in the chat saying the most random shit.
He's hilarious.
He always just comes out of nowhere saying some weird shit.
I love that dude's one-liners. They're hilarious. I see him everywhere. It's great. Keep it up, Tommy.
Yeah, I personally think we're going to take care of business. I think it's just some fluke that we lost to them and the Colt McCoy. Is that his name? Colt McCoy? Or is that
it's Colt McCoy. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I think it is ridiculous that we lost to them. And hopefully that was just some one-up. Hopefully, this is supposed to be an Arizona Cardinals home game, but from all accounts, it's going to be a 49ers home game. So Shanahan, I saw that he said in his presser that he asked, what's the, I'm drawing a blank of the Mexican guy on our team.
Oh, Alfredo Gutierrez.
Yeah. He asked him, I know that most of them are 49ers fans, but do they know they're not supposed to cheer when we're on third down? He's like, so Shanahan was like, because he's like, my fears, we're out there and when they're supposed to be being quiet, they're going to be cheering because, that's how Mexican fans are. They're cheering. They're always, in soccer games, always loud the whole time. And Alfredo's like, no, that they know. He's like, so we're going to find out whether they know or not. I'm like, oh, man.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
You think he'll see?
Well, we thought they were all 49ers fans, but they're even cheering when the Cardinals fans are. Huh?
You think Alfredo will play even just a little bit? I want to see him out there.
I think it would be awesome if they put him out there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like awesome. It's literally his home, right? And no better place than in front of all of his people, like all of his fellow fans. Like that would just be phenomenal. And I'm here for it. Like I will be clapping and cheering for Alfredo Even if he doesn't know what the hell's going on, like I'm all for it. Let him have his moment.
Hopefully, maybe we're kicking their butt so bad that at the end, Shanahan won't feel it's
Huge.
some big thing, and they can just put him in there.
He's a big dude.
I think he did put him in for a game before. Remember, for a couple plays or two plays or something.
Yes.
So yeah, that would be awesome.
Dude rolling. And somebody was tumbling after he put his hands on them. So like he's a massive man.
He is. Like I feel so bad that like the new girl that works for the team that does all the interviews and stuff, she's so little, and she's sitting next to Alfredo interviewing him, and he's like this much bigger than her. She's like this little thing, I'm like, oh
yeah,
man, like a big bear. Yeah, so Tony says 32-29 is the overall series versus the Cardinals. Niners lead series. And then she says all-time Monday Night Football record for the Niners is 51-29. That's pretty impressive. Hopefully we can make it 52.
That is. So now is Pittsburgh tied with us on Monday night? Because I feel like I heard John Chapman threw a stat out there, and he was like, look, like if we win, this is big. This is big for us. So I'm just curious if the Steelers have a similar record, because that would be dope. That'd be dope. 6'8". My God.
6'8". Wow. That's crazy. I'm tall. And 6'8" is tall to me. Like, wow.
Make him a ball player, man. I mean, put your efforts into making him good. Just make him good, damn it.
Like, what has he been doing for 2 years or whatever that he's been sitting there on the practice squad? Like, does he even practice? Does it what? Like, is he learning? So. Is he getting better? Or what? He's just going to be there forever on the practice squad.
I don't know,
like,
but
do they have any hopes of ever, moving him up? Or
I hope they do. I hope. I really do.
It's the same. Like, you can only learn so much sitting on the bench. It's like you gotta eventually play. All right, everybody have their numbers in. Let's do this first giveaway. Good luck. Let me get it here.
Good luck, guys.
Juwan Jennings. $46.
46. We got David McNew with 42. David's got 42. David, I think you are the winner, bro.
David's been lucky. I think so too. If not,
yeah, I think David, you won, buddy.
Congrats. You get this Juwan Jennings card. Now,
nice victory, bro.
I found a few Juwan Jennings, so we'll give some away later too. But I figured since I just got them in that we'd give one away.
You guys got a lot of work to do. You got to beat this stack. You see this stack, fam? These are my winnings from the faithful. I am the MVP. This is the record. You have to beat this stack, guys. This is a massive stack. This is the massive stack.
Once your stack starts growing, you got to measure it.
Yeah. This is it.
Congrats. We'll do another giveaway in a few. I have some other things lined up here. Let's do, how about Nick Bosa? I'll get it set up on my new camera here for you guys. But yeah, like I was saying, I expect us to go in and take care of business. I feel like last week we were expecting, Shanahan to do all this because we had Debo back, we had Mitchell back, we had CMC now. And I'm expecting now that we didn't see that happen last week, but now he had a week, 2 weeks time to get it all prepped and ready. Now you're out there, you're in Mexico, you're on Monday Night Football, put on a show. Like I'm tired of this all 14 points, 21 points. Put on a freaking show. Go in there and take care of business. There's no reason there's no way their defense can guard all of our players. Half their defense is out, first of all, and we have too much weapons. Use them, and use them how they're supposed to be used. Put Debo out there as a wide receiver. Put Mitchell and CMC in the backfield. Like, we don't need Debo back there. You have 2 running backs that can do it now. Put our wide receivers out there where they're supposed to be. Put Kittle out there catching balls like he's supposed to be. Like, use our weapons. I just feel like Kyle's too smart, and we have too many weapons for it to be looking like this week after week.
I agree. And I wonder, like, does Kyle withhold some of his magic, so to speak? Does he wait for division games and, NFC championship games? Like, where the creativity was completely lacking versus the Chargers. But, like, I just wonder, like, was it really supposed to be, was he really going to put himself out there? Versus the Chargers, like, is he going to put stuff out there? Like, Kyle's a smart dude, and sometimes I think that we expect so much more than what he's willing to give. Like, the guy's just not going to finish the race, like, the way that we want him to. He's just going to do it at his own pace. Like, and not for nothing though, but do you kind of see a pattern with how Kyle schemes games? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, if it's a Kansas City game, it wasn't like a must win. And for whatever reason, we put players out there that were like 60-70% health and expected them to dominate, and they did not. But we didn't do anything creative. And then we saw the Rams, and boom, we got CMC's throwing touchdown passes, catching them and running them. You know what I mean? Like, the creativity comes where it matters the most. And I believe that we'll see that in our division matchups. So with that being said, I would expect to see, I saw a dope play. Tennessee versus Green Bay. Okay. They had, what's his face? They had Henry take a handoff and do like a lob over the line to Austin Hooper in the end zone. It was awesome. And it was simple. It was simple, but it was dope. Like, it was just, they weren't ready for it. Green Bay was not ready for it. They're right there in the end zone, maybe, I don't know, a few yards off the goal line, maybe like 5 yards out. And it was a handoff from Tannehill to Derrick Henry. And Henry just does this lob, right? It didn't even have to be like a throw. It was literally just a lob. And Austin Hooper was there to grab it. It was so dope. Like, I just want to see creative stuff. And damn well Kyle saw that. So if we see CMC do a lob, I mean, that's a page out of Derek's book. So I loved it. It was sweet. It was sweet. It was really sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, it seems like everybody agrees with us that, we should be seeing fireworks out there, and we're not.
I do see Ray makes me nervous also, JDLR. I get nervous when I see Ray field returns. My stomach gets tight, dude. I even close my eyes. Like, I'm never comfortable. Like, and it's been ever since Richie James. Like, this dude, I know a lot of people they feel like Ray is this guy. Ray is Richie James 2.0. I do not have any confidence. Like, either one of those guys knew how to field a return. You're just not gonna nail it and take the 25 yards, but you're gonna run it out of the end zone and get 20. What the hell's the matter with you, dude?
I know.
What is happening here?
Oh my God.
Where did you learn how to play football? This is killing me, bro.
But I feel like guys are better returners when they're not on the 49ers, and then they come to the 49ers, and all of a sudden they can't return anymore. Like, I don't know. But I get nervous when Ray even catches the ball as a wide receiver. That's when I get more nervous that he's going to fumble. I'm like, oh, shit. The whole time I'm like, just go down, run out of bounds. Get out.
constantly.
Like, oh, this team, man.
He's a little guy,
Like,
Mariah. He's a small dude. He doesn't absorb the hit very well, and he does shake him loose. And I know quite a few Pittsburgh Steeler fans because where I live over here in Ohio, the Pennsylvania border is very close, within like 20 minutes from me, right? So like that, the Pittsburgh Cleveland rivalry is excessive right here where I live. It's intense. So when he came from Pittsburgh, those guys that I know were like, listen, Ray, if he takes a big hit, he just lets go. He just lets go, you know, and he has a habit of fumbling in that regard. But so I hold my breath. Like I hold my breath. I really do.
And Throwback says the Cardinals have forced 10 fumbles so far this season already.
They are third. They're third in the league for forcing fumbles. Yes, they are. That is a fact, Throwback. Thank you, brother.
Can we have like TDP return kicks this this game?
You know what it makes like you know where that makes me nervous? You know where that stat makes me nervous, Mariah? Is when we've got Debo and Ayuk running those screens or whatever, you know, like we're not doing jet sweeps and we're not, you know, those end arounds or whatever we're doing where they'll get the ball. That's when that makes me nervous. That stat right there makes me nervous when we run them from behind the line of scrimmage. That freaks me out. That's where that makes me nervous.
David, his channel got taken away and he started a new one. So search for him on YouTube because he has a new channel. I believe it's still, let me double check. Because some hackers took his channel. Again, another person.
Yeah, that happened like a week after Breezy, right?
Yeah. Like YouTube really needs to get their shit together and start having some support for us content creators. Because as it stands right now, it's non-existent. Like something happens to your channel and that's it.
For the money that some of these YouTubers are making, Mariah, and I'm talking about some of these young guys that are making like millions of dollars. Like I guarantee you there's support. I guarantee you there's support when they have a problem. You know, it should never have come to what it came to for Breezy or for Niner Sickness to get things together. Like it should never come to that. Never.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
There's no customer support number. You know, it pisses me off.
So if I think I'll find it. I'll post the link.
I can look for it while I can look for it. I followed his new channel.
Yeah, me too. But when I search it, like this one comes up, so I'm wondering. But yeah, it's sad that these freaking hackers.
One way or another, David. Hit me out. Hit me up, buddy. Hit me up on Twitter, and I'll get you. I'll point you in the right direction for sure, David. No doubt.
I think. But yeah, his channel, it did get taken by a hacker. So definitely. I mean, you can also, if you're on Twitter, I mean, it should be on his Twitter page as well. I know he's been sharing the new page and everything to try to get his subscribers back up. But man, the grind is hard to get subscribers up, and then to have somebody just take it away from you, like that kid, whoever it was that got Breezy's channel. Like now the name of that channel is some other football channel. You know, so it's like somebody else now gets to take that channel over, change it to whatever team is their team, you know, and start making a profit on a channel that they never had to get subscribers for, never had to build an audience for, nothing. You know, like
never did the work, never did the grind, never did nothing, just took it over.
And man, that's exactly what it is a freaking grind too. Let's show some Nick Bosa love. And I have a question for you as well about Nick Bosa. Let's go ahead and enter your numbers. We'll do this. Nick
Bosa's my
giveaway.
guy. This is my
There you
guy.
go.
Love Bosa.
Good luck. So I had asked TL this. We had talked about this on this week's show as well. You know, prior to the season and training camp and whatnot, it was reported, and you know, we've seen pictures of Nick Bosa, you know, signing autographs and putting 20-piece on stuff. You know, meaning that you know, he was saying that he was going to get 20 sacks. He now sits at 9.5 sacks, and that's missing a game. He's third, I believe, in the NFL. Do you think now, you know, we can go forward? He could have, you know, a game that he has 3 sacks. You know, let's hope. Do you think that that 20-piece comes into fruition now that we're halfway through the season?
Look, I do believe that he can make up for those. I mean, right now he's on pace. What did we say? He's at how many? 9.5?
Yeah.
Is he at 9.5? Yeah.
Yep.
Through 11 weeks, right? With a bye week, and he missed a game. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Listen, if there's one thing about Nick Bosa that you can bet on, is that he's driven and he is calculated. Nick Bosa is calculated. And you know exactly what I mean by that. That dude times himself, and he tries, like, he is a perfectionist to a fault, right? But if Bosa's signing things with a 20-piece, I mean, think of the drive that he has. He will feel like he let those people down, right? He will feel like he let them down. And when you watch Nick play, he fights for every single yard. And the way that he bends and how low he gets, and when he comes up, these guys snatch him from behind. They're ruthless, right?
Yeah.
I do believe that Nick will honor that 20-piece. And it's only because he's so calculated. He's driven. That drive is unmatched. I mean, there are athletes in this league. There are guys that you know, that get that, like TJ Watt. He's doing that in a division different from ours. He's a good pass rusher. But there is not a pass rusher in football that's as calculated as Nick Bosa. It's just, he's just not, you know. So we here in Ohio, Bosa is a machine, and you guys know that. But he started here as a machine, and he will be a machine for the rest of his career. And we are so blessed to have him. So yes, I do believe that Bosa, whatever it takes, he will match those autographs. He has to. He will. If he signed it, Mariah, he believes it. He does.
Yeah, that's crazy to put something out like that, you know. Like, and from somebody like him, like, we haven't seen something like that from him prior to this. You know, he's so quiet and just, you know, so chill, whatever. So for him, before the season even starts, to put something out there, and you're signing fan stuff, not like just in a presser. Oh yeah, I think, you know, I'm gonna get 20 sacks. Like, you're signing fan stuff, like 20-piece. Like, that's crazy. And like you said, I can't even remember a player, you know, from my memory at least, that is just so everything about football. Like, you know, that guy eats, breathes everything. You know, like, he knows every little thing he puts into his body. Like, he takes care of himself to the utmost perfection. Like, his body is a temple, seriously, right? Like,
yes, it really is.
You see other, like, sports people and other sports, especially, like, it don't seem like they take care of their bodies as much. Like, basketball players, they're out partying after games and drinking, and like, I could never picture Bosa out at the club taking shots and stuff, you know, like smoking a cigar or something, you know, like, I could never see that. Like, he's just so, like, and you see how the 49ers talk about him, like, during the offseason, like, oh, well, we can have every single person that's on this team has to be here except for Nick Bosa, because we trust that he's doing the right thing outside of here, right? Like, and that's somebody, you know, he wasn't a vet at this time. Like, you know, he's still on his rookie contract. This is the guy in year 2, year 3, and they already know that that's the way Nick Bosa is. Like, that guy's about to get so much. It's crazy.
We are
Real
so
quick, what's
lucky
up,
to have
Platform
drafted him.
246? Make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to him that you do so.
Mariah,
Help
do
the
you
homie
remember the
out,
draft?
Get those subs up.
Do you remember the draft that we got, Bosa? Do you remember what went on between the Bears and I forget what the Bears were trading back and forth to get their boy what's his face? Oh, what's his name? Oh my God. Trubisky. When they were trying to get Trubisky, whatever they were doing, Bosa ended up right there at our feet, right? It was the perfect scenario. And I knew as a Buckeye fan that if Nick Bosa was a 49er, this was going to be intense. Like the ultimate test was to see how Nick prevails as a professional football player because the pedigree's there. You know what I mean? The pedigree in that family is there. So it's intense. It really is. And I'm so glad that he's a 49er, but the way that he's driven, it's so, you know, when fans first heard Nick talk, they were like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he high?
Yeah.
You know, like what's wrong with this guy, right? But Nick he's so laid back, so chill. I mean, just so chill that like he'll just answer the questions at the podium at like, well, you know, we're good, you know, and we're gonna be good, and I'm gonna do my part. And I really believe in this. I believe in D'Amico, and he's so passive. You're like, come on, Nick, come on, bro, bring us home. What are you getting at here? It's just like he's so deep in his thought. It's like, don't say he's dumb because that is not a dumb man. Like he might come off like a little bit like he might make you think so, but Nick Bosa's no dummy. Like he's driven and it's intense, and I love it. I love it.
It's amazing that somebody that calm and that laid back like turns into an absolute beast on the football field.
Yes,
like, you just like flip a switch, you know, like it's crazy.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying they could see Huff getting a pick six. 49ers throwback says he doesn't like the matchup between JJ Watt and McFloppy. I don't like
it's fair.
The matchup between McFloppy and anybody. Between me and McFloppy, between you and McFloppy, it doesn't matter.
No, it's a fair assessment. That's tough. JJ Watt's going to be tough to stop, Mariah. He's not wrong. I mean, that's going to be, you know, if he's just going to pick up McGlinchey and force him down Jimmy's jockstrap, we're in trouble. You understand? Like we need McGlinchey to hold his base and stop JJ Watt. That's a fact. Like you must hold your ground. Now, JJ Watt's not Khalil Mack, but he's close. He's not Khalil Mack, but he's close. When I say close, like if Khalil Mack's like a 7, then JJ Watt's like 6.5. So like you got to be good. You got to be good.
Yeah, he is good. And it's amazing that he's still that old, that many injuries, and he's still one of the top pass rushers in the league, that's for sure. You got to count.
He is. He's kind of wide. That dude's kind of
everybody have your numbers in? Let's do this giveaway. Speaking of Nick Bosa, let's find Nick Bosa home. Good luck.
Do you think Bosa gets a sack on Monday night? 67.
67. I think so.
I saw an 87 media. Wait, 67, right?
Yep.
Media. You got 66, fam. Is that media's first win?
I think so. Yeah, that is.
Media, that's your first win, bro.
I don't remember sending him anything. Congrats.
Yeah,
yay.
Congrats,
I'm gonna
man.
have to throw him in some goodies. If he did win something, I never sent it to him.
No, that's him, man. Media almost on the head, bro. You almost got that demo card, bro.
That would have been nice for the first win. All right.
Nice.
Send that to media. So yeah, whenever you can, media, no rush, because I only send giveaways out like once a month. So whenever you can, just send me your mailing info on. I appreciate you. Congrats. I don't
It's
think
a lot of fun because
like
you forget
like
about it, then
everybody
you get a
else's.
package.
It's rare that we find somebody that hasn't won something yet, so that's cool. Normally it's these giveaway hogs. They just hog up all the winnings, so can't spread around the
Who
wealth.
could they be? Who could they be? Who are those
If anybody
people,
else that has joined us that didn't get your score prediction in, either this show or this week's show with me and TL, do so, because I know there's a couple of you that normally make score predictions that doesn't have one in. Christy, if you're still here, I don't have one for you. I think
Where's Tia tonight?
Only one. This is maybe past Tia's bedtime.
It might be.
She's out partying Saturday night. Yeah, it's funny. Armstead's one of the players I think that used to get the most crap, and especially after we got rid of or traded away DeForest Buckner and that whole debacle, and kept Armstead and paid Armstead, and Armstead really hasn't produced like he did that contract year. But it's amazing once Armstead's out, you really realize how much he really does for this defense. And especially with us moving him them moving him into the center, halfway through last season or whatever, like that made a huge difference. Like I really like him, playing inside instead of outside. But yeah, it seems like teams, him and Kinlaw, if Kinlaw was healthy too, like people can't run on us, and with them both out, I mean, the D line's been hanging on, but it's definitely not up to Armstead's level, that's for sure. But it seems like a lot of fans are coming around to Armstead now.
I mean,
motorcycles.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
They think it's a race course out here.
Armstead is certainly missed because, this is when mobile quarterbacks freak me out the most, Mariah. This is when the interior freaks me out the most because, now Kyler Murray, that dude doesn't have it. I don't think he has the balls to run up the middle on this defense. I really don't. Now, Russell in the past, we used to, I always say, we used to contain the outside edges and force Russ through the middle, and he always beat us right up the gut. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember watching us flush him, right up the middle? And we could never, now with the linebackers that we have with Greenlaw out there, Aziz and Warner, I dare you to come up the middle. I dare you because, Fred's on a different level this year.
Yeah.
I just watched. I have this YouTube, this Twitter video of Fred running from one side of the field and just diving into a man. He literally just dove. Yeah. Do you remember that?
He's not even in the frame at all, and all of a sudden he's
not at all. And he literally comes all the way across the field and dives into. Who are we playing when he did it? Oh my God! It was Rams, intense. I loved it. Was it the Rams? Oh my God! It was amazing. Oh, I loved it. I loved it, and that's what I feel like. If you're a quarterback right now, and you are coming up the gut, God bless your soul, because Fred's going to crush you. He's going to crush you. And there is not a man that brings that kind of intensity outside of Patrick Willis. And now I know this is a hot take, But Patty Willis brought some intensity, right? I mean, he laid some hits that I haven't seen a Niner since. But Fred is the closest to Patrick Willis in that intensity. And I feel that. Like Greenlaw is there, but Greenlaw is not diving into people. Like, and if he is, we're getting flags for it. And some aren't his fault. But what Fred Warner brings, that leadership is unmatched. It's amazing. I mean, I absolutely love it. So I guess my biggest concern right now versus Arizona is whether or not Murray plays, and even if it's Colt McCoy, because even Colt McCoy chopped this up. Even he was mobile, and he made us look foolish. But I want to believe in my heart that this team right now, Mariah, is not letting a Colt McCoy run all over them. I just don't believe that. I truly don't believe that. Not as well as Ibukam is playing, as well as, I mean, he's amazing. And his speed, I dare you. Go ahead. Pull up and go to the outside. It's not going to end well. So the mobility in quarterbacks concerns me, but not this year. I outside of Marcus Mariota, I don't even know what we were doing. I really don't. Because what did he do? Mariota had no fear in running right up the gut. None whatsoever. None. So that's got to stop. Like, we need to plug the middle up. I don't give a damn who you are. Do not let Kyler Murray. Murray to me isn't the kind of quarterback, not versus San Francisco. I don't think that he has the balls to run up the middle. I really don't. And even if it's Colt McCoy, I still don't think Colt McCoy will come right up the middle.
No.
I really don't. So that's really, I mean, outside of D-Hop, and I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite matchup this game? Like, what do you think is going to make for primetime TV?
That's a good question.
I mean, everyone's got Charvarius Ward on D-Hop. That is their favorite for this matchup. That's their favorite. But, like, I've been trying to think of one outside of Charvarius Ward and D-Hop. So, enlighten me. Tell me what you got.
The one I'm most excited for, I mean, not necessarily the one, that I think we have the best matchup against, but the matchup I'm most excited for is Kittle and Budda Baker.
Yes.
I think it's always a great show, and Kittle even talked about it this week about, the respect and the level that they play each other at. And, I think it's always a great matchup, as long as obviously that Kittle ain't getting no hospital balls and Budda's taking his knees out. Other than that, the matchup, is always a great one.
That's always a classic.
Make sure we're going to do this giveaway, those that didn't see yet, for the Drake Jackson card. So go ahead and enter your numbers. Good luck, everybody.
Get your numbers in, family. Get your numbers in. You want a Drake Jackson card. Believe me, you want a Drake Jackson card.
Sounding like the carnival game. Get your numbers in. What other matchups? I would say whoever is going to be matched up on Brandon Ayuk will be a great matchup.
Throwback said that Murphy's not playing.
No, he's not. So who does that leave? I don't know. I don't know who their backup is.
I really don't know the depth at Arizona, so I mean, I'm not even going to pretend to try. Yeah. But I do think that outside of Charvarius Ward and D-Hop, and I mean, like, legitimately, like, the thing about D-Hop is that he's going to get his yardage. Unless Charvarius is literally putting the clamps on him, you can expect to see him get 80 to 100 yards. But will he dominate in the end zone? That's where, like, Rondale Moore's speed, that's where Rondale Moore kind of freaks me out, right? because I mean Ertz is out for the season, so we don't have to worry about him in the end zone.
Right.
And not that I want to celebrate injury by any means of the imagination, right? I hate that shit because I want to play you at your best. I want to play you at your best. That's how I want my Niners to measure up to teams. I want to play you guys at your best. So when I don't, it kind of like it brings me down a little bit because I want to see the San Francisco team play every team at their best. And I think as a fan, that's what you should want, you know? But I think that D-Hop is going to get that. He's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. He's going to be tough. He's always tough.
Yeah.
But we never had Charvarius Ward on D-Hop. So I'd love to see this. I love to see this, I really, outside of that, like, I really want to see, and I know this is like, I want Jimmy Ward back as safety, and I want to see Womack in the slot. I feel like Womack should be in the slot. Like, let Womack is let him chase Rondell Moore all over the place.
And let Jimmy Ward have his job back. Like,
and let Jimmy
what
Ward
are we doing?
Yeah, like this is the Jimmy Ward as a not playing safety in a contract year. Like, this is where San Francisco makes me a little suspect of, like, what are your intentions? And business is business, but, like, you owe him your loyalty. Like, don't let me find out that you're doing this. You're sabotaging a contract year. That would fucking piss me off. Yeah. I apologize for the F-bomb, but that would piss me off. I mean, I'm for real. That would piss me off, Mariah. That really makes me like, that doesn't sit well with me, right? And I get it. Like business is business, but like Jimmy Ward is, I mean, he's like, do you really want to see Jimmy Ward play for another team? I want him to retire a 49er.
Yeah. I'd be
like, I really want him to retire a 49er.
Else. I mean,
and we know he doesn't want to play corner. He has.
Exactly.
He has.
And he's like, you could tell he hasn't said it in his pressers lately, but he's hinted a way around it every way he could possibly say without saying, no, I don't want to play it. Like.
He tested the market, Mariah. He tested the market in a COVID season when the market was low, and he stayed here. And I think Philly, I can't remember. I feel like Philly was interested in that COVID season. You know what I'm talking about? When he was testing the market, so to speak. But like,
I think it was the Raiders that gave him a higher offer, and he
was
still
it okay? Okay,
us. Yeah. One of them, yeah.
I just want San Francisco to show me, you're patient with everyone else's bullshit injuries, And I always use like Jalen Hurd and Pettis as an example. Like, you were so patient with these players, and you have an absolute legend as a 49er here in Jimmy Ward. Like, don't sabotage his contract season by making him play corner. Like, don't do that shit. Like, if you're gonna lowball him because of this, like, that's gonna piss me off. That really pissed me off. But I expect to see Womack.
Especially because he's not playing well there. When do we expect to see Womack?
I do. I expect to see Womack. Like,
yeah, me too.
This is.
I mean, he's making plays on special teams every time he's in there.
Not that it matters, but being from Ohio, and he was constantly on the TV. Womack was constantly. He's a football player, family. Like that. Like, Womack is that dude. And I believe with the trust that he deserves, he should play slot, and move Jimmy Ward back. Like, I get it. Gibson's playing well, but like, I don't know, man. Does this team not always find themselves in a predicament? It's constantly a predicament. It's like Gibson's playing well, but Jimmy, it would be wrong to take it from Gibson because Jimmy was hurt and he filled in, and like, tit for tat, like, cut the shit. Like, this is Jimmy's position. Like, bro, like, yes, you did great. Why don't we put you go to slot, Gibson? Let me see you in the slot.
Yeah.
Oh, let's expose you for a change, right? Like, come on. Like, this is where it just bothers me a little bit, you know? And I get it. Like, I get it. I understand. But, like, in the same respect, I just don't. If it makes any sense. Like, I do. I get it, but I don't. You know? In a contract year, you're forcing a man to do something that he doesn't want to do, where he shouldn't play, where he's not playing his best football. Like, that tells me that that tells me that you have, like, ulterior motives. Like, that bothers me. And I don't like that. I don't want to believe that from my beloved team. I just don't want to believe that could be totally bullshit. I could be speculating out of my ass, but business is business. And sometimes you cut corners in ways that are just not fair. They're just not fair. You know, that bothers me.
Yeah, I've never been one that, like, I've always believed that you shouldn't lose your job because of injury. You know, the same with, you know, as well as Cap did, but going back to then when Alex Smith lost his job because he was injured. You know, like, I hated that for him. You know, like, I thought that was so wrong. You know, I don't care who is sitting, if it's a superstar sitting behind him. Like, he shouldn't have lost his job because he had a concussion. You know, like, that just didn't sit right with me. Like, you get a concussion out of all things, like, you get knocked your head and your employer says, nope, sorry, that's going to be the end of you now. Go sit on the bench because this young kid's taking your job. You know, like, and so the same with Jimmy Ward, especially, you know, and another player that's been on the team so long, and you have this new guy come in, and now he's going to take Jimmy Ward's job because Jimmy got injured. It's like, and I understand, oh, well, you want to put your best, you know, 11 players on the field, whatever, but is Jimmy Ward our best when he's at that position? Like, I don't think so. You know, like, I'm sorry to say, but he's not. He's not doing well. Like, he's given up every catch he's gotten targeted. He's given up. Like, he's not doing good.
And that like, and that brings to part, like, what Throwback says, that Kyle D'Amico want Jimmy Ward to play nickel because they believe that he's the best cover guy. But Jimmy doesn't believe that he's that guy. And that's him speaking on behalf of himself without saying it in so many words. But, like, he's not confident in playing that position because that's not his natural position, guys. I mean, like, why are they doing that? Like, it's easy to say that. But, like, I'm sorry, but, like, I know what you want to say. You want to save face. But, like, the fans, us, we're listening to Jimmy. Like, I mean, we're listening to Jimmy, and Jimmy's saying, like, the opposite of what you're saying. Like, he's not confidently saying, like, hey, you know what? If that's where they want me, I can do it. And Jimmy Ward's he's a confident mother lover. But at the end of the day, he's not telling you that he's confident playing in the slot. He's not. So put Gibson there. I want to see. I mean, you know, like, speak on Gibson's behalf. You know, I just feel like Womack should be in the slot right now.
Yeah.
You know, nobody saw this Mosley injury on the horizon. So here we are, you know, of course, here we are, right? Trying to move players around. And in this case, we're doing it in a secondary where, like, this shouldn't be it. Gibson, you've done a great job. We respect it. We want you here. But this is Jimmy Ward's position. And the cast is off. And Jimmy needs to play his position. And we might see a different secondary because of it. Yeah. You don't think that Jimmy playing safety and having Womack in the slot don't you think that Jimmy is a far better field leader? Like, don't you feel like he's a leader of the secondary? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you put him back to where he plays his natural position and everything will fall into place. But they're just not willing to do that. And I don't understand why. You don't believe in Jimmy Ward at safety? Are you honestly going to tell the fans that you truly believe that Gibson should play that position because he's held it down? That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
And like you talked about, like, like him being confident, that confident Jimmy Ward that we saw calling out Matt Stafford, calling out, you know, Sean McVay, like that's not the same Jimmy Ward we're seeing right now in the pressers. That's for damn sure. That's like night and day difference from the Jimmy Ward that we're seeing right now.
Yep.
And his play is showing, like he keeps getting beat. Like, why do you keep putting him out there? Like even if he went into the first game at nickel with his confidence up here, he got beat. He got beat. Beat. Like, how do you expect him to keep his confidence up? Like,
how do you expect him to compete for a contract like that?
Yeah,
like, the guy's going to tell you, like, I'd rather not be in there looking like a fool. Like, don't make me look like this. Don't set me up for failure because it's a contract season and you may or may not want to bring me back. Like, that'll piss me off because Jimmy Ward has a position. He belongs on this team. And I get it. Like, when you look at all the positions that we have to pay Mariah, both long-term and short-term, like, I understand that, like, Jimmy Ward may be that sacrificial lamb, but don't make it be that because you purposely set him up for failure as a slot corner. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, I will respect this organization more if you put the man back where he belongs, goddammit, and then you don't bring him back. I will respect you more than setting him up for failure. That pisses me off. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Like Throwback says, watch Jimmy Ward might not want to come back, but if he leaves, it's because the Niners didn't respect his position playing.
Exactly. 100. I can't disagree.
Yep. Media says, do you guys see Giants and Jets MetLife Stadium will replace its current turf with artificial grass in 2023?
How convenient. That's the one stadium that's taken the most knees. Do you remember that? That is legit. Like, did you see Sterling Shepard running down the field that day and he just collapsed?
Oh my God.
That was awful. That was probably the worst I'd ever seen. Do you remember that? Did you guys see that? That was just maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. Unbelievable.
All right, enter numbers in. Last call for alcohol.
Let me check and make sure I don't see any doubles.
There's no last call. We don't do last call around here.
We'll be in Vegas. We're coming to Vegas. The fellas, all the boys are coming. And I'm calling you when we get there, Mariah. I'm calling you. I'm telling you we're there.
All right.
TL wants to go for States.
I live a lot closer.
You better come with.
Of course. He tries to take care of he thinks Vegas is the only place that has a steakhouse, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, there's other states that actually raise their own cows and shit. Like, Vegas ain't one of them.
Ohio's definitely one of them.
Right,
I just didn't want to tell him that. 94. Oh, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Come to Vegas and eat seafood. Like, like we have any water around here seafood from.
94. Miss Debbie was Miss Debbie's 97 on the last draw? That was over 20.
Yeah,
over 20 minutes.
She has different. She has 68 this time. I think it's here starting at 8:30. All right.
We got Tony Culp at 89.
89.
Something tells me, Tony, you're the winner.
Tony.
You are the winner.
Tony. Congrats, Tony.
Excellent card, fam. What an excellent win. That's a dope one.
She hasn't been here in a while. Now she came. Look, winning prizes. What's up, Ryan? By the way, I saw you. I appreciate you coming through.
I see your score predictions, family. Christy, you got 14-31 Niners. 31 points. If we put up 31 points, family, this will be that will be beautiful. Because I'm sick of driving down the field, 95 yards to kick a field goal. Burns my ass.
I gave my score prediction on the last show, but I had gave 27-13.
Nice.
So hopefully our defense doesn't let me down. Our offense can actually put up some points. You're welcome.
Is that Tony's
Thank
first?
you guys
Is
all
that
for
Tony's
being
first
here.
win? Okay, Tony, first win.
Yeah, Bryant won. Her husband won, but I don't think Tony hasn't. We got two
Great, guys.
virgins today. I took 2 virginities in one day. Won't tell my wife.
Excellent, guys. That's great. That's great.
Guys,
That's really great.
Let me get Ryan here. Says 34-10. We got a lot of score predictions this week. Quite a few doubles. So if we do run into a tie or whatever, we'll do a tiebreaker. Or if it's 2 of you guys, they're tied, then I'll just give you guys both something. Whatever. You know how we
Would
do.
throwback say once we lost E-Man, Demo was our next corner on the outside. Shanahan said so. The only way that allowed us to do that was to find a really good nickel, and that was the week that Jimmy came back. It's such.
They didn't really go good nickel hunting, but they were about to, and then Jimmy's here. Jimmy's here to save the day. So
I wanted them to bring back Denard.
Because if not,
Remember
who are we
Denard?
going to see? Yeah. If Jimmy Ward couldn't have come back with a club or whatever, then what? Who would you have put in? Womack or Dante Johnson?
Like you were confident enough in Jimmy Ward to let him play with one arm, and you
Over
aren't
Womack?
confident over Womack. Like, what are you telling us? What are you telling us? That Womack can't cover? His speed should make up for it. Like the young man deserves these reps. Man.
I don't know what's up with this team and playing their draft picks. It's crazy. I could understand, everybody's, it's a contending team, and it's not like we're 10-0, the players we have out there aren't doing a great job either. So how much worse can the other guys do?
That's what I mean. It's like when Hufanga gives up those plays early on, like the Chargers game, right? He gave up that touchdown, right? But you did not see Hufanga make another mistake after that, right? You deserve, Womack deserves those opportunities. Put him in slot, let him play, okay, and let's see what happens. You have no one else on this team that can keep up with Moore. You do not have anyone that can keep up with Rondell. There's not a soul on the squad that can do it.
Right.
You're not just going to keep up giving up yards underneath just because you want to drop back so you don't get burned. That's the old Sherm move, and I'm not good with that. You're a rookie. You're young. You should be able to keep up. Womack is that guy. And you're not putting the best guy out there, and that pisses me off. And I get it. They're going to say that, he can't cover. Well, you know what? Let the fans see it then. Let us see it. Let us see what you see. Because I really want to see Womack out there. And there's not anyone in that chat, not in this chat or any other chat on any other show, that doesn't want to see Womack out there in the slot. Everyone agrees. And I would bet everything on it.
Especially because what we've seen of him, it was in preseason, but that's all we have to go off of, right? He's a playmaker. And that time, and when he's in on special teams, he's continuously out there making plays for us. Fielding the freaking kick at the 1 yard line, he's constantly out there making plays. So it's give him more opportunities. That's what you're supposed to do. When your players come in and show they can play good, when they're out there making plays, you're supposed to give them more opportunities, give them more trust, not just, you're showing that, but no, we're still going to have you just do this little bit over here.
Yeah, we'll stash you back here so you lose confidence and you
So you don't
become
try
mediocre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like what do you expect? How do you expect them to keep up that intensity if you stash them 12 weeks later? That's bullshit. Like, you know, there are other teams that are not that don't share this sentiment. Like, I don't agree with that. It bothers me that like it just bothers me because it doesn't help the player. It just doesn't. You're hurting them. You're hurting them more than you're helping them.
So throwback
because then D'Amico leaves.
Yeah. He says that Shanahan also said for him, which is Gibson, to come in and play at such a high level allows us to use Jimmy as something that he does that no one else on our team does as good as him, Shanahan said. It has really helped us.
Yeah. It's like you're doing that shit again, Kyle, where you talk out of the side of your face and hi. It's like, what? Did you think we were listening to this on the radio, bro? Like, we have televisions. Like, we see this. Like, we don't believe you, Kyle. We see him getting beat. I'm not listening to the radio, bro. Like, I see this with my own eyes. Burns my ass.
Yes. Like, how can you say that that's the best we have when we're seeing him get beat on every play? 100 for 100%, he's getting beat. Like, and you're saying that's the best we have? If that's the best we have, then you're not very good at drafting. You're not very good at filling the roster because shit. Like, and exactly what Tony says. If you never play your rookies, how will you ever know how good they are? It's like, when do we give these guys an opportunity? In year 3? Like,
it's common sense. Like, how do we understand this? How do we understand this, fam? How do we understand common sense? I agree, Tony, 100%.
I don't know.
Yeah. Throwback said exactly. Media, Andy Reid plays his rookies, and they're getting better. Pete Carroll played his rookies, and they got better. Since we saw them week 2, they all got better. So
everybody else's draft classes are getting better, and ours are sitting on the bench or not even active.
Right.
In street clothes.
It's
like,
you can't make this up. Like, it blows my mind. It literally blows my mind because that is so that is so true. And so it's like 100% facts. Andy Reid's rookies got better, and Pete Carroll's have gotten so good since week 2 that most people agree that they won the draft. That their rookies have legitimately produced, and hence why they've won, you know, what are they, 6 or 7? What are they, 6 games, 6 and 4?
Yeah.
I think they're 6 and 4, right? So, you know, like, come on, man. I don't know. That Kyle doesn't believe in his rookies type shit. Like, that's so bullshit. You believed in Elijah. Like, you believed in Elijah Mitchell.
Because he had to.
He didn't have a choice, right? Exactly. That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. True. That's when he finally does let him play is when, you know, somebody gets injured and you have to throw him in there in the freaking fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But all these other teams threw their guys in the fire, and with repetition and experience, their players have gotten better. And here we are taking veterans and forcing them to play positions that they themselves are not confident playing. How do you make this up? What the hell is happening here?
I swear, Jesus. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when I talk about this.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
Let's end with a bang. Give one more giveaway, and then we'll get out of here. We'll do this. Fred Warner, since we're talking about Fred Warner, and it's his birthday. Happy birthday to Fred, the Iron Man.
Happy birthday,
Mr.
to Fred.
Consistent, and to the guy, the man, the GOAT, Mr. Ayuk. We'll do double whammy.
Did you guys, and this is to everybody in the chat as well, did you guys all see the videos, the takeover in Mexico right now, and like how much fun they're having? Oh my God, you got to check it out. I think Raj shared it. I think Brad shared it. Jack Hammer shared it. A bunch of guys shared it. It is a great video. I mean, it looks like there are so many proud 49er fans, and they're so proud of Fred Warner. It's just it's so like it's fulfilling, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It just looks like they're having so much fun, Family in the chat, tell us if you saw those clips, man. And if you haven't, get on YouTube and check them out because it is so cool. And it gives me so much more confidence knowing that we have so many faithful in Mexico. And like, Mariah, I've been to Mexico so many times in the last like 15 years that like whenever I've gone, I have found so much 49er gear, whether it be like, rarely is it even official because some of the islands that I've gone, it's handmade. There's some really dope skulls. Like they love the skulls and they paint them up. San Francisco, some amazing like cardigans that have the Niners logo stitched in, like really good handmade gear. And it's amazing. And I think about how many times I've seen it in the past. And it brings me so much joy to know that we are playing there and those fans are going lights out. They're so pumped. We thought that, here's the thing. These international games have really like opened my eyes to like how much the NFL meant in Germany, that like 32 teams were represented at one game.
Yeah.
How amazing. And those fans were loving it. They weren't beating the shit out of each other. They weren't throwing beers at one another. They weren't beating each other's wives. They're singing John Denver. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like in Mexico, they are so excited to have the Niners there in their home country. Like it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better.
Yeah. I love that the NFL's doing that.
Me too.
And that game was awesome to see those. They looked like they're freezing out there, and yet they're all just arm in arm, all different jerseys. Like nobody even has the same team, They're all getting along, just singing together the entire stadium. Like we could never.
How can you? Here. How much more? Yeah, no, not at all. Dude, they're beating Steeler fans are beating the shit out of Steeler fans. Like, Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell is happening here? Take a page out of their book, guys. Like they were enjoying it. It was so fulfilling. You can't make it up. Like they were so excited to have Tom Brady. I mean, it was awesome. It was so great. I loved it.
And, it seemed like too, like Tom Brady talked about it, how, it was one of the best things that he's ever played, somebody that's played the game as long as he has. And you would think, that there wouldn't even be moments that could top other moments that he's had, as many Super Bowls that he's won, all this other stuff. And he said that was one of the best times that he's had playing in front of a live crowd. Like that shows you to say something. Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to come back. Like the kids wanted to come and like, he's like, we're definitely coming back. Like, that's amazing. Like that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see fans, a ton of fans. I don't even know how many people fit in that stadium there. Yeah, but it was packed. People were, the people outside of the stadium, Mariah, looked like somebody had just won a championship. They were for as far as you could see, and those soccer stadiums fit so many more fans than a football stadium here in the States, right? It's amazing. So I love what the NFL is doing in this international program. Like they're really spreading the joy, and it makes me happy to see how many people don't take it for granted. Like they were holy shit, right? 100,000 people, and they were all singing John Denver. That's incredible. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God, how cool! Good for them.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like I know, obviously the travel times probably, hard on the players, and unless you're Russell Wilson and doing exercising the whole time on the plane, but but you think Javon Kinlaw, he can barely even fly to the next state, let alone what if they had to fly to Germany? Could you imagine?
His leg would have fell off. Are you kidding me? Like that would have been awful. Like that would have been terrible. Like we would have heard like that. That's it. Like he's done. Like. And the crazy thing is like to be a player and to been Tom Brady and experienced all the things that he's experienced. Can you imagine what it's like being a player looking up at 100,000 people surrounding you? How amazing that you could have experienced that and brought that experience back to the States and been like, look, like we just played in front of a ton of people. So great. So great.
Yeah. Everybody got the numbers in? Go ahead and do this last giveaway. My dog came through and wrecked everything. It's pouring my mouse down.
I was on a show with Raj a couple of nights ago, and like I'm sitting here and I'm enjoying my green screen looks good. My dog comes in and just wants to make an appearance. The whole green screen tips. It is chaotic, right? It was chaotic.
Craziness. Like they think.
Yeah, Christy, that was amazing.
Them, because I locked them in the bedroom to come out here.
And he pulled a David Copperfield and found his way out.
Yep. Sneaking in a number. Anybody else? Anybody else? Give you guys a couple more seconds to get in there.
I'll give you guys. Let me give me 10 seconds. Hey, family, anybody that's listening right now, Miss Debbie is running her giveaway for her auction, and all the proceeds some of the proceeds are going towards Thanksgiving dinners for the Niners. What is the name of the foundation? I forget what it was. Nonetheless, on my Twitter page, I've been sharing this. Please, guys, if you want to buy a spot, buy a spot. If you don't, please share it and at least try to convince someone else. Some of the proceeds are going towards a very charitable cause, and nonetheless, Miss Debbie put a ton of work into getting those crystals on those helmets and the clutches. She's got clutches on there, a handmade helmet in a case, footballs. Please, guys, share it. Please share it if you can. Take a few minutes after the show ends tonight. Find me on Twitter. Share my retweet it. Do what you can, please. Just do it for me. Do it for everyone. Do it for everyone, please. It's worth it. And she's extended this now a few times. So I really want you guys to give it a shot, please. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. A signed Kittle jersey as well is the first prize. So
yes, the Kittle jersey is the number one. Miss Debbie, we love you so much.
Pretty, so yes. Yep. She is amazing. Those helmets, man. I would never have the patience to be able to sit there.
They're so amazing. I don't even know how she does it. I can barely.
Me either.
Oh my God. You ever wonder if any other team has a Miss Debbie? You ever wonder? Could there be someone that's more so involved that is there for all of her content creators? Like she just it's incredible, you guys. If any of you guys don't know who Miss Debbie is, you have not paid attention. Open your eyes, guys. If you don't know who she is, she is legit the matriarch of our fan base. She's amazing. And she does so much for so many people, for her community. She gives back, you guys, and that's what it's all about.
She says she's working on a salute to service mini helmet right now too. So yeah,
that's going to be beautiful.
Definitely get over there. Yeah, she for the team. She's always there sending the players off. She does all kinds of stuff. I'm like, man, I don't know where she has all that energy and time and.
Miss Debbie, don't be mad at me, but I want to share this moment. She did something for me that I was so grateful for. I struggled so much to find the 75th anniversary Bosa jersey. I mean, I couldn't get it anywhere, Mariah. I tried. I searched high and low, and I even almost waved the white flag and got taxed on eBay. And I don't even know even then if it was real or legit. Miss Debbie went to the team shop, and she made sure that I got the right size. She sent me multiple photos. I'm forever grateful for that. Like it's my favorite jersey, and I've been grateful ever since. And Miss Debbie, I appreciate you. Even again, that was last season. She did that for
Yeah,
me.
she's awesome.
She's amazing. Thank you so much.
All right, let's do this last giveaway. Here we go. Oh boy.
10.
10, like your favorite quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, 10.
10.
You're lucky I don't have that Jimmy G bobblehead anymore because I'd be giving that to you. 10, 10.
Christy's got 17. Bryant's got 3. Media 25. I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't see it. I don't see anybody
Back
closer.
to back. Husband and wife. This is rigged. I'm out of here.
What'd you guys do? Did you guys hack it? What the hell is happening here? Husband and wife walking away with a giveaway? That's excellent. Congratulations, fam. Congratulations.
Congrats.
This is a good night. This was a good night for giveaways. Good night for giveaways.
I'm gonna put Bryant's in his own envelope, so I don't want him thinking Tony's stealing his stuff.
Media. 10 is a bad number, re-roll. No, that is a good sign, brother. That is a good sign. Do not say that.
Yeah.
Do not say that, media. This is a good sign. A husband and wife both win. Jimmy is going to go down there. Jimmy plays well against Arizona, family. In case you guys didn't know that, Jimmy plays good against Arizona. So, yeah, now you're joking, media. I see you, bro. I know you don't want to put that out in the universe. I hear you, bro. I see you. I'm really looking forward to this too. I know the chat was really pumped about Monday. Mariah, if I told you right now that like Monday I'm off, so anytime the Niners play on a day that I'm off, like that is just excellent for me. Hey, you! What is your dog's name?
Well, this one's name is Shyla, but she doesn't go by Shyla. She goes by Bishy.
Hey, Bishy, what are you doing, Bishy?
You see this necklace? Show them your collar.
49ers. Oh, yeah. I couldn't find one big enough for my dog's neck. I have a Rottweiler, and I couldn't find one big enough. They apparently don't make Niners collars for big dogs, so that was a bummer. But what a cutie. What a cutie.
Thanks, everybody. This is our girl. She's the baby. We have 3 dogs, but she's the baby. And now since I've been, home, that I haven't been working, she like, if I even try to go out front, without her, she'll sit at the door and cry the whole time I'm out there. Like she will not leave my side now.
She's like, yo, you stayed home for me?
What? Are you fucking kidding me? You piece of shit. Get out of my channel. Do you see that?
What are you doing here, bro? Is that for real? Man, it takes some nerve. Wow. Wow, dude.
Wow. You're gonna fucking try to come show up here?
You know what's crazy? Like, how? Oh my God.
You better not get no ideas at this fucking channel, buddy. I'm
low key. This is Wayne. I mean, do you really what do you take us for, family? What? You couldn't fool anybody in this chat that you are Wayne. Like, I don't understand. Like, I got to drink another beer. This is going to drive me crazy.
Yeah. My whole family has learned the fuck they are. Because it can't be the kid that's pulling off all that by himself. Like, I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a dual effort, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he's blocked that. That's kind of crazy. I'm definitely going to let Breezy know that he just showed up. And definitely he wouldn't be coming in the chat saying this is Wayne, because he knows I don't fucking call him Wayne to begin with. Like, he would come in and say, this is Breezy, like. Come on.
Like, I'm in shock right now. Like, I honestly, like, at 40 years old, I want to believe that I've seen it all, but like, this is a new high for me. Like, this is insane to me. Like, I don't understand. Who did you think would believe you, bro? I don't get it.
And
What are we going to say?
was your
Oh, hey,
purpose?
Wayne, how you doing? Hey,
You want to
Wayne,
come on our
hi.
show?
Oh, my God.
Like, you want to come?
Oh, my God.
And you know what's crazy is that I had, you know, obviously Breezy was a moderator on this channel. So that account was a moderator on this channel. And the other day when I was going through to do the moderator giveaway, I saw that I hadn't taken that account off. So I barely just removed that account off of there like 3-4 days ago. So
Thank
had
God
not,
you
he would
did.
have came in the channel and would have been a freaking moderator.
Thank God you did it. Thank God. I mean,
Especially now it's like-
I changed everything. I changed everything after that. Freaked me out.
Yeah. Miss Debbie says
Yeah,
he's
it's
stalking
crazy.
all shows trying to pretend he's Wayne. Like, what is your goal? Like, you know, like, what, you sick fuck? Like, what is your purpose? Like, you've already destroyed so much. Like, get out of here.
Like, I don't understand. Like, if you do go into these chats and you say, "What's going on, guys? This is Wayne." Like, does he think that anyone is actually going to be like, "Oh, hey, Wayne, how you doing?"
Yeah,
I don't
like,
get it.
That's what it's like. What's the point? What's he trying to gain out of it? Like, even if
You know what
somebody
he's
does
doing?
say,
He's
"Oh,
just
what's up,
he's throwing
Wayne?"
it in
Like,
our face.
yeah,
He's throwing it in our face. Ultimately, that's what it is. Yes. Yes, that's it. That's it. Throwback. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They're having so much fun, and I love to see it. I love to see it.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely keep an eye, everybody, when you're in other chats too. If you see that I am low key, come in the chat. Make sure you tell a moderator or the chat's owner, whoever, to block that person.
Yeah,
You definitely don't need them
JDLR.
in the
Just look
community.
ahead. Right up above. If you go up like 5-6 comments, maybe 5 comments, you'll see Throwback has it. He has it added. You'll see it. I am Loki. If you see that, that's what you need to look out for, JDLR, for sure. Do your part, my man, and keep the streets clean.
Yeah. His thing. Let me see.
Well, Brian, I've never
It's
seen a
actually
husband and wife
spelled-
on any show win anything.
His name is actually spelled like that. So if you see him. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. We will be doing an instant reaction show after the game Monday night. So stop by, say hey. I know, as I say always, that I know there's a lot of instant reaction shows and shows going on at that time. I always want you guys to show love to everybody. So if you can't stay for long, at least just stop in and say hey. We appreciate it. Everybody have a good rest of your win. JV, let the people know where to find you. I have his links and everything in the description as well. So if you're not subbed to him, make sure you are.
Listen, guys, I am a 49er fan, and I do a channel called The Locker Room Rant with 2 of my best friends. One's a Browns fan and one's a Bills fan. And we talk 49er football, a lot of it we do. We cover the rest of the league. We talk a bunch of football. We talk basketball. We talk any NBA team, all teams. I'm a Cavs fan, Portland Trailblazer fan, and a Sixers fan. So we have fun, guys. We get on there. We talk everything. Mariah and TL and a lot of you guys in the chat have been there before. God knows I love every one of you for supporting us and checking us out. It's a good time. So if you guys want to check us out, Joel, I appreciate you, family. I see you. If you guys want to check us out, it's called The Locker Room Rant. We basically just get on there and we rant. We rant about our teams. We get into arguments with one another because that's what we do. And we have a good time doing it. Before we did the show, we had always engaged in conversation about sports. We got into arguments. People around us were like, you guys are like television. Like, get on YouTube, do something. So we decided that we would take it to YouTube and we would have our arguments and we would talk our sports for everybody else to see. So the Locker Room Rant family, check us out, like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. For all of you that have been there and checked us out, I love you guys, and I love you guys for supporting TL and Mariah. Mariah, I had a great time tonight, family. I appreciate you reaching out. Anytime you need a co-host, you need a sub, feel free to reach out. You know my schedule at this point. Just hit me up, and I'll be glad to help you out. No problem at all. I enjoy it. I love it, man. I think that we mesh well. I think we do a good show together. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for checking everybody out. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. Have a great time. And Monday night, let's go Niners, you guys. I will be on Twitter expressing my frustration and my happiness. It's an up and down roller coaster. But I love you guys. Thank you so much.
JV, I appreciate you. I appreciate you
Always.
so much for filling in, for having my back all the
Always.
time. Chat,
Always.
thank you guys
don't
for
mention
being
it.
amazing. You guys are the best chat out there. Always the best fans, the best everything. You guys keep this show going, and we couldn't do it without you guys. Congratulations to the winners. Hopefully the 49ers are winners next time we talk to you guys. We're out of here.
Later, family.